Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to Great Days. So, this morning I'm going to talk a little bit on self-education and what true education is in comparison to like institutionally being educated. Okay. So it's going to be a really great video when it comes to understanding what it really means to be educated, okay? And let's get right into it. For one, I hope everybody is having a great morning, okay? But so self-education, when I'm talking about self-education, or just we can say true education, it's pretty much self-realization. Okay, so real education or education literally equals self-realization. This is the truth of education. This is what true education is, because all that is ever needed in life is self-realization, no matter what information or what you need. It can all come from self-realization, and this is the truth of it. Okay, it's like being able to just look at somebody and just understand their psychology or understand their philosophy, just by looking at them. In a few seconds you're able to pick up on this stuff, and you've never had the institutional studies to even know the psychology or even know the philosophy behind somebody. So it's like if you've realized yourself enough, or if you've gone into self-realization, if you have gone into I want to say, if you're on the journey of self-realization, if you're on the journey of awakening and you're realizing yourself, this is all that is needed when it comes to education, because it can open up the ability to do these types of things without ever having to go into the institutionalized method, for doing so. And a lot of the times the institutional way of doing things is very, very skewed anyways, and it's very it's very backwards in how it operates. It's teachings. It can get very, very it can keep you within dimensions of mind, which at the end of the education, when it comes to institutionally being educated, it can keep you in a dimension of mind that is going to leave you imbalanced when it comes to healthily being able to function mentally. So when you understand it from a little larger of a picture, when you involve like how societally educated people can become, it can leave people obviously educated with all of these institutional methods for doing so, and they do have the knowledge, but there's a lot of things that they don't account for at the same time. They make it this way for a reason, because this is part of the the psychological warfare of things. You know, there's a lot of psychological warfare going on, and this results in physical warfare, because what is taking place in the mind, it pretty much ripples out into the third dimension, okay, the physical. And what you hold in your mind holds a lot of potential to manifest in the physical, okay, just a little bit slower, because things manifest a lot slower here in the physical dimension, or the third, in comparison to some of the higher dimensions, you know, where things can manifest almost instantaneously. Okay, so when it comes to education, true education is self-realization. This is the truth, because it grants one the ability to pretty much be able to take up any study without actually having to go into the industries, or without actually having to go into the institutions, you know. And this is as simple as having an open mind to things. You know, if you have an open mind to things, you pretty much are granted the ability to just look at something and pick up on it very, very quickly. You know, even if you don't have all of the terms that they go by, the complexifying terms that they learn, you can still go over the same things that they learned. It's just, it's going to be a lot more simpler, and you're going to be going at it with common sense, but you've arrived at the same place as a person who has studied 4 years within a few moments. You know, and this is the power of human intelligence. This is the power of the collective conscious. You know, it can become so that you're able to pick up on things that aren't even happening around you through common sense, and you're able to know what peoples are going through, or you're able to just understand a lot more without actually even having to look at what you're trying to study. You know, you're just picking up on this stuff, okay, and it's just like granted to you, because it's self-realization, and as it's granted to you, you're given the information, and you're then educated. You've brought yourself up. You know, you've brought yourself out of a lower state, and then you brought yourself into a higher state of understanding. Okay, and this is education. You understand something, and you never had the institutional study, you know, because you don't actually need that. That's just a type of it's just a type of convenience that they make for people, but it can all come with self-realization, because the only education is self-realization at the end of the day. When you go into the institution, or whenever you take up these studies that you are looking for, what you're really doing is you're being taught, right? You're being taught what it is that you're interested in, and whenever you're done, whenever you finish your studies, you pretty much you've realized a lot more than what you previously have realized. You know, you understand a lot more than what you were previously able to understand. Okay, so you've now understood and realized something that you couldn't before, because you were taught. You know, so you go through that process of understanding and realizing something, and everything is self. Everything is you, because we are all interconnected. All right, this is universal law, and this is the truth of things. We're all breathing the same air. The trees are giving off oxygen, we're giving off carbon dioxide. Without one another, one of us would die out. So in that way, we're entangled, we're interconnected, and all of life is this way. So everything is you, everything is self, one self. Okay, this is fundamental. This is the truth as well. This is something that has been known for eons. Okay, so everything is self, and as you start to realize more about life, you're coming into self-realization. You're realizing who you truly are. Okay, and this is all that is needed when it comes to education, because it opens up a deeper understanding for life, and with a deeper understanding, you're able to pretty much understand more, and that's all there is to being taught something. If you go through it institutionally, you're going to come to realizing at the end of the 4 years or however long you're staying there, or you're going to come to understand a lot more at the end of the study. But you can understand and you can realize purely on your own accord. Okay, you can learn from the universe, and the universe is 100% more intelligent than a college, because the universe, it's pretty much God, okay? And God is the most intelligent. God is omniscience, so you can talk to the universe, but it doesn't use words. It uses frequency, it uses energy, and it uses vibration as its language. Okay, so it's you can make it so that you are able to communicate with the universe, and then it can teach you through synchronicity. It can teach you through life experience. It can teach you in many, many different ways, and this is very much more valuable than going to institutional methods or going through institutional methods for getting your education, because at the end of the day, all that is needed is that self-realization, and this is the awakening. Once you come to your awakening, everything starts connecting together, and it makes it so that you come into a type of dimension of mind, a type of intelligence that is universal. It's universal understanding, universal consciousness, cosmic consciousness, Christ consciousness. This, once you have attained this, and this is at a certain level of self-realization, once you have attained this, you can pick up on things that have taken other people decades to learn from an institution, but it can happen very instantaneously for other people. So it's all just like everybody's going at a different rate, but you can attain all of this, is what I'm trying to say, through self-realization, because this is what true education is. Because as you come to realize oneself, as you come to realize yourself, who you are me, and I am you. Okay, as you come to realize this and you go deeper into that, it opens up that cosmic consciousness, it opens up Christ consciousness, it opens up all of this, and this is all that you need for being able to understand more deeply. Okay, you don't need to go to the colleges, you don't need to rely on the matrix to teach you things, because it's all already there. It's all stored within the collective conscious. It's all within the Akashic, All you need to do is realize yourself so deeply that you're able to access that information that is already there. And once you are able to do that, you can pull in this information, and then you can start spewing it out without ever having to actually go through the teachings, because the teachings have already been learned. We're all one being. We're all in tune with each other through the collective consciousness. We're all sharing a consciousness. We are all consciousness. Okay? And with this universal truth, we're able to pull in everything that has been learned, everything that has been taught, everything that is possibly able to be taught, everything that hasn't even been realized yet. We're able to pull in all of this, and we're able to spew it back out. Okay, and if you were able to focus this strongly enough, you'd seem like somebody with an intelligence higher than the professors, teaching at a college. Okay, but it's just so that you need to come into a very deep self-realization to be able to go that deeply into it. But that's where education is. It's self-realization. Even if you go through institutional methods of educating yourself, at the end of that, you're just going to be more realized. You're going to understand more, a lot more than you previously did. So you realize more of yourself, because everything is self. Everything is one being. Everything is me, or everything is us. Okay, or us kind of implies two. So everything is me. Okay. So everything is just oneself. And at the end of your studies, you're going to realize a lot more about yourself, because they're only teaching you something about yourself as one organism, as a universal being, okay? And that's self-realization, and you're being educated, and that's equaling self-realization. So you can go through institutional methods for educating yourself, or you can literally just embark on the journey of self-realization, or embark on the journey of awakening. Okay, and with this, as you start diving into self-realization, naturally you're gonna find that this is education as well, and it is very on par with being institutionally taught, or studying through the institutions, so or even higher. It can be even higher, because, well, I don't know, it's kind of like both. If you go on the journey of self-realization and then take up college, it can just be even better, because you have more of a complex understanding. But it's like you can come into this complexity of mind through self-realization as well. So it's all going to lead to the same place. It's all going to take us back to center, or to the truth of everything, that it's all us, or it's all self, it's all one. It's all consciousness, and with this, you're able to access deeper truths. You're able to access deeper informations, just like being able to go into the data bank of a computer and finding out things that were never put out into the public. We're pretty much like the same type of thing. If you're able to access, let's say, the Akashic records, the light records, then you're able to tap into information that has happened experientially in a completely different space-time continuum, and then you're able to project it outwards informationally, communicatively, and then you've never had the actual studies to do so, but the information is very, very deeply complex. It's coming from a whole different star system. Okay, but you're able to fluently process it, and you're able to talk it out. This is education. You wouldn't see a professor being able to do this type of thing, because they're not taught to teach that type of thing. They're taught to stay within a specific area of their information. So with self-realization, it's kind of more free range. You can kind of pull in information from all throughout the universe, all throughout the multiverse, and speak it out, and then teach people as well, or do whatever you want to do with the information. But in the end of it, you're educated, okay, very, very deeply educated, and it is literally self-realization. As you start to realize oneself, as you start to wake up, you come into that education, and this is what everybody has access to. You don't need to go spend the large amounts of money to be educated, when you can just tap into the Akashic, and be able to pull in the same information that is going to resonate with your soul even more so, instead of being given it by some dude who's just going to make it a little more complex. You can simplify it up. You can bring it into your being, and you can be able to speak out the same message, but more resonant with who you are as an individual, and then find the artistic or poetic way of displaying it to other people's, teaching it back out. But that's going to be it for this morning. That's a little bit on self-education, and it being, or no, this is a little bit on education, and it being self-realization. Okay, so as you start to realize yourself and who we truly are, being one being, as you start to connect with collective consciousness, the collective unconsciousness, you're going to be able to understand a little bit more about yourself. You're going to be able to understand that it's education in itself, and it is the true education in itself. Okay, but that's going to be it for today's video. Once again, I hope everybody did enjoy. make sure to subscribe, drop a like, comment down anything that you want to comment down. Generate some static electricity from the etheric body or the first layer of the aura. Once again, peace out. Okay. Have a great morning.